So here's what I'm working on today. I don't recall what else I've recorded on this so far, but I've got brakes that are in perfectly good condition in terms of pad life. There's a lot of pad left there. These were probably replaced not too long ago. The discs, there's a little texture to them, but there's nothing wrong with them. These will last a long time as they are. The problem is they just aren't really all that good. Honestly, they're just not that great. Now, on this here, this is a 2002 Mustang, and it's got dual piston calipers on it, and it works really well. If this Mustang braked as well as this Mustang brakes, I wouldn't be worried about it. I'd be considering it great, but I can't even get these things to lock up the ABS. Like it won't stop the way I want it to stop. So I figured, I'll go ahead and solve that problem. Now, my first thought was I'll just get this kind of brakes. I'll just get, whatever brakes are on here because they should just swap on it. And the fact is they do. So you could just get all the parts from a 99 or newer Mustang and put those onto your pre-99 Mustang, and you'll have brakes like a 99 Plus Mustang. Easy. And I think that's a great upgrade, especially if you can get all the parts used from someone who upgraded their 99 Plus Mustang. But in the case of doing the upgrade, buying all new parts, it's not really any different price to buy even better stuff than those. So these, I don't actually know the size of the disc on them. It's, it looks about the same size, maybe a little larger. I think mostly it's just that the caliper is a much nicer quality caliper with different volume of fluid inside of it, so a different master cylinder to push that because of Pascal's law. And so that's probably your easiest update. But if you're buying it brand new, then the next easy upgrade is going to be Cobra brakes. And this is what a Cobra disc brake looks like. That is heavy. That is a heavy ass disc. So I don't know if that's going to change anything about my rolling resistance, but if you look at the size difference there, yeah, that's a little bit bigger piece of hardware. There's also an awful lot of vane room between them. Now, there's pretty decent ventilation in the factory one, but there's also a ton of ventilation in this one. And if you look at the inside of it there, the vanes are definitely made to evacuate a ton of air. So I don't think I'll have any trouble with brake fade or anything like this. This is like the size of the discs on my truck, and that truck is made to tow 10,000 pounds. And also, it's got these nice calipers with dual pistons. So that's going to be a little bit of a difference there as well.
destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. Into a crazy times when I'm lying.
All right, well, that didn't prove a damn thing. I ended up 2 feet better than my previous stops, but it felt like I stopped a whole lot harder, and I was able to actually lock up the ABS. I don't know if that means that I was like that close to locking up the ABS before, and this time I just went over that tiny threshold. That seems a bit convenient. I think it's much more likely that I'm just not a great driver and I wasn't able to correctly apply brakes when I was supposed to. I was just waiting until a certain pole I drove past would go past the A-pillar there. I was just, when it went to the A-pillar, that was my cue to brake, and I was pretty consistent the last time with myself. But it doesn't seem like I was getting that, and I should have braked more than 2 feet shorter. It felt a lot more violent stopping now. So kind of ending on a poor note there where I don't have a good measurement to share with you. But as far as my driving impression, yeah, this is like 100 times better. It's no contest. These brakes are awesome now, especially now that they have had a chance to get hot and bed in properly. They feel incredible compared to what they did before, and even compared to my wife's, which has the dual piston but not as big brakes. These just grip and grip for days. So yeah, definite endorsement on that. These are worth every penny, and of course they'll especially be worth every penny if they at some point get the opportunity to keep me out of an accident. So anyway, I'm gonna, on that note, get back to driving and not looking at a camera. So anyway, hope this was helpful.